Hi, welcome to Just Common Sense. My name's Brian Harrison. So, guys, we have a lot going on today and tonight, and as of yesterday as well. I want to talk about a couple things. First of all, I'll talk about what happened yesterday later on in this segment. But first of all, I want to talk about Roe versus Wade. Roe versus Wade was created quite a long time ago. However, it is not part of the Constitution. And I want to say it again. It is not in the Constitution about abortion. It plainly is not. Now, that being said, when you look at the Supreme Court, they are to defend and protect the Constitution of the United States. That's what they do. And that's what they did. And that's what they did as well yesterday. Okay? And I have a theory on that. I'll go back into that in a minute, why they did that yesterday. But that'll be a little bit here. So what I want to do is I want to talk about January 6th, first of all. Oh, yeah. You know where I'm going with this. So I want to talk about Donald Trump, something he actually said. And obviously we heard about it all week long because obviously we know it's a dog and pony show, I'll call it. And it is ridiculous what's going on up there and what they did last week. And, you know, he actually said peacefully protest. Go check it out. The video's out there. That's what he said. Now, there's a reason why I'm going somewhere with this. Now, I want to bring up something, and I'm really going to dig into Joe Biden in a little bit, what he did today, and it was terrible what he did. But I'm also going to bring up Maxine Waters. And the reason why, I'm going to play a segment from her today, and you guys already heard Joe Biden, but I want to bring a segment up of Maxine Waters. So I want you guys to get ready. I'm going to let you play. I'm going to play this so you guys can listen.
You see this turnout here? You ain't seen nothing yet. Women are going to control their bodies no matter how they try and stop us. The hell with the Supreme Court. We will defy them. Women will be in control of their bodies. And if they think black women are intimidated or afraid, they got another thought coming. Black women will be out in droves. We will be out by the thousands. We will be out by the millions. We're going to make sure we fight for the right to control our own bodies. Thank you. Hello, everybody.
Okay. The hell with the Supreme Court, she said. The law of the land spoke, and she said the hell with them. She should not be sitting in that chair where she sits. She is not fit to sit in that chair. She is causing an insurrection by saying what she's saying. We will fight. We will come out with millions of people. Let me ask you guys a question. And before I do that, she also brought up black women. What the hell is black women got to do with this? And you know I don't cuss. I hate it. But right now, I'm frustrated with this. And Americans should be frustrated with this as well. Seeing stuff like this going on. She should be actually impeached or kicked off wherever she is right now. She should not be sitting in that chair. Plain and simple. She should not be. And I'm going to say it right here, right now. So, did she say anything like this? If you guys want to go protest, that's your choice. That's fine. But I am asking you to protest peacefully. And again, peacefully. We don't want violence in the street. We don't want problems because we're Americans. We're Americans. And we may agree and disagree on some things, but again, we need to do this right. That's what should have been said. That's what should have been said. Now, what she did today is terrible. Chuck Schumer did the same thing back in March. Go listen to his video. He even called out the judges by name. He should be fired. Plain and simple. She should be fired. I'll use it that way. Because don't forget, I say we're the employers. They're the employees. They should be fired. Nancy Pelosi. I'll play a segment in a minute on that. That's another thing. Absolutely ridiculous. But we'll do that. Get that ready to go. And then I'll talk about that in a second. And that's going to be a little bit of a longer segment. So we'll do that in just a few seconds here. Now, I want to mention this. The Constitution of the United States is right here. I want any of you to find where it says abortion in there. It does not. It does not. So anyway, we're going to listen to what Nancy Pelosi says next.
Already at the microphone on the Hill. This just some 45 minutes into that ruling.
A nationwide abortion ban. They cannot be allowed to have a majority in the Congress to do that. But that's their goal. And if you read, and again, we're all studying all this, but if you read what is in the very clear, one of the justices had his own statement. It's about contraception, in vitro fertilization, family planning. That is all what will spring from their decision that they made today. It's such a contradiction. Yesterday, they say the states cannot make laws governing the constitutional right to bear arms. And today, they're saying the exact reverse, that the states
Not true.
can overturn a constitutional right for 50 years, a constitutional right.
Okay, I want to say one thing. First of all, Nancy Pelosi needs to read the Constitution because she's way off, way off. It is not in the Constitution. Guess what? The right to bear arms is in the Constitution. It is. It's under the Second Amendment, and that's in the Constitution. So Nancy is making stuff up, and she's lying to the American people. She is lying to the American people. And I'll call her out on this. Let's continue.
For a woman having the right to choose. The hypocrisy is raging, but the harm is endless.
So I want to say something, and we'll listen to more of that in a minute because she goes on and on and on and on and on. Now, I want to bring this up. She claims to be a Christian. Claims to be a Christian. Well, she wasn't allowed communion because of her beliefs in abortion. So, I've said, again, I'll say it again, if a woman is raped, I understand it. It's got to be done right away. If a woman's life is in danger, I understand that. However, Nancy Pelosi doesn't see it that way. Nancy Pelosi is talking about a woman's choice. I, on the other hand, am talking about the baby's choice. A woman is an adult. They can make decisions to have a baby or protect themselves from having a baby. Plain and simple. To have an abortion, to get rid of a child, in some states like New York and California, up to 9 months. Yes, you heard it here. 9 months is murder. And Nancy Pelosi is for that. Nancy Pelosi, I'm a Christian and I can't judge, but I'm judging this time. You are not a Christian. You are a monster. Plain and simple. And I said it that way. Because I'll tell you what, if I get elected and I go up there, they will not like me. They think Marjorie Taylor Greene is bad? Oh, wait till I'm up there. Because I will defend the people of this country and the Constitution of the United States. That's if I were to make it. And I hope I do. But again, that's up to you guys. All right, so we're going to continue to play this. And I mean, I am passionate about this tonight because Nancy herself is, again, not saying, she should be saying, if you're going to go out and protest, do it peacefully. Nothing. Trump said peacefully. She did not. Let's continue.
What this means to women is such an insult. It's a slap in the face to women about using their own judgment to make their own decisions about their reproductive freedom. And again, it goes well. I always have said the termination of a pregnancy is just their opening act. It's just their front game. But behind it, and for years I have seen in this Congress opposition to any family planning, domestic or global, when we have had those discussions and those debates and those votes on the floor of the House. This is deadly serious.
Yes, it is.
But we are not going to let this pass. A woman's right to choose reproductive freedom is on the ballot in November.
What about the baby's right to choose? Do they have a choice here, Nancy? Does a baby actually have a choice? You can't answer that, can you? Because you won't. Continue.
Cannot allow them to take charge so that they can institute their goal, which is to criminalize reproductive freedom.
More lies.
To criminalize it. Right now, they're saying in states that they can arrest doctors and all the rest. What is happening here?
No.
What is happening here? A woman's fundamental health decisions are her own to make in consultation with her doctor, her faith, her family, not some right-wing politicians that Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell packed the court with. While Republicans seek to punish and control women, Democrats will keep
That's
fighting
not packing the court.
To enshrine Roe v. Wade into the law of the land. This cruel ruling is outrageous and heart-wrenching, but make no mistake, again, it's all on the ballot in November.
Okay, she said it right. It's all on the ballot in November. So are they. Vote them out. Period. Vote them out. I am calling for every Republican, even Democrats, to change your party if you don't like the party you're in on the Democratic side. In November, make the right choice. We see what's happening with this country right now. It's being divided by people like Joe Biden. It is. So I want to talk about Joe Biden now. I'm done with Nancy. Don't need to hear her. She just goes and rattles on and on about it. So let's talk about Joe Biden right now. First of all, Joe Biden came out and spoke. I wish he would have spoken like this. Here's what he should have said. He should have said, well, the Supreme Court actually made a decision today. I may not agree with the decision, but I have to respect their decision. They're the law of the land. And again, it goes back to the states and the state you live in. That's fine. The state can make their decision. Doesn't mean you can't cross lines to go to another state to get it done. However, I want to make it clear that if anybody is out there protesting, do it peacefully. Peacefully. And as far as people that are on the Democratic side or on the Republican side that are in the Senate or House, I want them to understand if they're going to protest and they're going to be out there talking about this, make sure you tell everybody out there to protest peacefully and understand that the Supreme Court made a decision based on the Constitution. And again, I may not agree with their decision, but I do respect it. That's what Joe Biden should have said. And again, peacefully. He did not. He did not. What he said was, when he came out, and we all heard it, I'm sure, He came out going right after the Republicans, dividing this country more, which he lied about, saying he would bring us all together. He's done worse than any president in history. Worse than any president in history. So he has divided this country more. He never said the words at all today to go out and peacefully protest. When a Supreme Court judge was threatened a couple weeks back, somebody was going to go, obviously, and kill this Supreme Court judge, which was crazy, stupid. Shouldn't be doing anything like that. Did Joe Biden condone this? Did he condemn this? Did he condemn this? No, I haven't heard one word from any of them. Any of them. This should not have even happened. For these Supreme Court judges, people should not have their addresses. They should not be allowed to protest outside their house. There's actually a law stating that. But the mayor of D.C. is not doing the job and stopping it. There are people threatening these people. It's terrible what's going on right now. This should not be happening. And guess what? I've already heard Antifa was over in D.C. Obviously, New York. What's going to happen in Chicago and California and other states? Where are you, Joe? Where are you right now? Why aren't you out there right now on TV? You should be, as a president, as a leader of this country, which you're not, but you should be. And you should lead as a man, as a gentleman, and as a president. To come out and say right now, I will not accept any violence out there. If there is violence, we will call on the National Guard and we will stop it on either side. I don't see it happening much at all on the Republican side, or I should say on the pro-choice or pro-life. Pro-choice, we're seeing it. They're out there marching. There's been some threats, but nobody yet has done anything. But it's building and building, and that's what we're concerned with. Why isn't Joe Biden out there saying we need to stop this now and make sure that everybody knows we will not accept any type of violence? Why isn't Nancy Pelosi out there saying that right now? We will not accept any type of violence. Why? Maxine Waters, give me a break. I know it sounds like I'm rambling tonight, but I'm not. I'm actually tired of what's going on out there right now because I am seeing it from the people that are going after Trump who said peacefully protest. And they're not. They're not actually saying peacefully protest. Alexandria Cortez. Did you hear her today? She's irrelevant in my opinion, but she's out there doing the same stuff. Same thing. So America, listen. We need to stop all this right now. You need to call, and I'm serious, call your congressmen and women and have them get on the phones and just say, get out there and stop this right now. Don't let anybody go out there and have violence on the streets or anything. We saw enough of it a couple years back. We don't need it again. We truly don't. It gets you nowhere. It gets you nowhere. And guys, you know how I feel about the law enforcement. I love our law enforcement. I truly do. They don't need to go and see all this. They don't need to be involved with this and having all this stuff happen right now. Right now in D.C., I've already heard they're out there in gear and everything else, the Capitol Police. Wow, this looks familiar, doesn't it? Although he said peacefully protest. My body, my choice, right? Again, It's the baby's body too. And you know how I feel about this. All right, guys, as always, I do want to have you guys respond to me on this. I'm all over social media right now. I'm actually on TikTok. I'm on Rumble, Truth. I'm on, oh gosh, what am I on? Well, I'm on Facebook as well, but I'm also out there on Twitter. I've got a lot of followers picking up every day, it seems like, and TikTok for some reason. And my podcast, obviously, it's going crazy. Now, that being said, I'm on other social media sites as well. You can tune in. You can check me out on Apple, Spotify, and some other places out there. Guys, this is about the American people in this country. It truly is. And I don't agree with everything on some things that the people on the right say or the left, especially the radicals. And we need to calm this down because right now it's boiling. And we knew this was going to happen, and I see it boiling. I do want to give one perspective, I think, what I saw yesterday. I said it yesterday. I was talking to somebody about this. So when the Supreme Court made a ruling yesterday based off the Constitution with firearms, I think they did it for maybe two reasons. Because they already knew what they were going to do today, which I actually thought this vote was going to come in next week. However, I was wondering if they did it so people can be prepared to protect themselves in their own home, because who knows? Places like D.C., New York, how many people are safe? I don't know. We're seeing stabbings, we're seeing shootings, we're seeing a lot of violence in those cities. A lot. Anyway, I'm just saying this. Guys, as always, peacefully, if you do protest, peacefully protest out there on either side. We don't need violence. We're American people. We should be able to talk about these things. We may not agree with everything. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Biden, Cortez, Maxine Waters, and many others should be out there right now, again, saying peacefully protest, and let's talk about this peacefully. But they're not doing it. All right, guys, as always, I do want to thank our law enforcement for everything you guys do. Guys, be safe out there tonight. Truly be safe, and be safe this weekend, because I don't know what's going to happen. We're already seeing it on the news. So far, I haven't seen anything yet. Of course, I could turn on news in a minute, and who knows. The other thing I do want to say is thanks for our first responders, our military, for everything you guys do. I want to thank our truck drivers for everything you guys do. Guys, I know there's a shortage out there of, obviously, baby food right now. That should have been fixed, too. That's another story we've talked about. Gasoline prices. Want to mention one quick thing on that, too, before I end this. We talked about, Joe Biden was talking about the tax, cutting the tax back and stuff on gasoline prices for 3 months. My understanding, yeah, it's going to help. It might go down to, you might get $1 off or something. But that being said, that's really not the way to fix this. I've talked about it, fixing it before, and that's on some other segments. However, my understanding is, talking to some financial experts, are saying that's actually going to make inflation worse in the long run. So that's not helping. So otherwise, I do want to thank the people who are out there actually working, and I'm seeing it still now. I'm going to places. I went to a restaurant the other day, usually open till 11 o'clock. I'm getting there, it's 8 o'clock. They're saying, I'm sorry, we're closed in the dining room because we can't find staff. Where are all these people going and collecting money from? It's time to go back to work, people. Don't blame COVID. Don't blame monkeypox or whatever's next. Get to work. So, as always, I do want to thank everybody out there. I also want to put a hello out there from my friend Donnie Harrison out there, running for Wake County Sheriff. Again, I respect everything he's doing. I wish he were in office right now, because I truly would feel much safer right now if he were in office. Guys, God bless you. God bless America. And guys, I will be talking with you. I don't know. It could be next hour if things get crazy, but I will be talking to you most likely in the next day or two. I was in on the podcast for a few days because I wanted to see what was going on with all this first. So anyway, thanks for listening. Take care and go to my website, just-common-sense.com. Again, just-common-sense.com. Obviously, no one has it right now, as we see. So, all right, take care. God bless you. Have a good night. Thanks for listening.